Hello everyone. I'm here today with another 6x8 pocket page layout featuring photos from New York. This is the famous Rockefeller tree. And I think when people think about New York, this is one of the quintessential things that comes up in their mind as they think about the tree at Rockefeller Center. And I did make a visit there. I'm kind of skipping around in the album. I'm going back to this layout. I had left it because I just wasn't sure what I wanted to do with these. And I actually had another photo here, but it was very similar to these. And I just thought, do I need a third photo of that? Probably not. So I pulled it and I just put in this card instead. But that gives me a problem of what the heck do I do with it? I'm not sure. So I'm going to work on that today. And then I have this card here, which I think I'm going to journal on it. It has the built-in lines here, the stripes, which would be perfect. But, I'm not entirely sold on that. I could possibly do something else with it. But I think the biggest challenge is going to be what to do with this, with the background. And then do I want something up here? Because it's not that it's ugly or anything, but this building in the back, I feel like takes a little bit away from this scene here. And so I might want to do something up there, not sure. So I have several problems that I have to figure out for this particular layout. And so I'm just going to jump right in and get started. When I was off camera, I found some holiday kind of themed stuff. And there was a piece of paper where it was all these little squares on it with different images. And I cut out these thinking, oh, those would be perfect because you've got different types of trees here and an ornament and there's a tree in here. And then when I put them down here, it just felt too much. Like it's just too busy and we can already see it's a tree. We know what it is. So I don't think I'm going to use those after all. So sometimes that happens when I think I have this great idea or design and then I chuck it. What I think I'm going to do instead is, earlier I said quintessential New York, right? This is what people sometimes think of when you say New York. I pulled out my stickers that are New York specific, and I have this huge sticker. I didn't know what I was going to do with that. I thought maybe that'll be the title page or something, or maybe I'll do something at the end where that's my closing. I don't know. But I think it'll actually work here. It does show brick on it, which, let's zoom in if we can. There you go. You can kind of see that it's supposed to be a brick pattern. Now, that doesn't necessarily go with what I have here. Hello, camera, focus. Because this is very much a city scene. Steel, concrete, cement, that kind of stuff. But I think these gold tones and the trumpets here have a brown look to them. So, I think maybe I could get away with that. So I am going to take off the sticker and put it on this card, and that may be all I do with it. Because it's going to take up so much space. But we'll see once it's on there. I put the sticker on there and I love it. It's huge, that's for sure, but I do love it. And I didn't really notice it before. I was focusing on the brick. It has these black kind of shadow outlines behind it, and I think that works because I've got, black in here. It was nighttime, so I think it blends nicely. I also like that this font is very straight, whereas this one is much more detailed. It's got the little loops on the ends, of the letters of the Y here and the O. So I think it's a nice contrast, actually. I don't want them to match. New York is very eclectic. So is this. So I think that works. So for now, I'm going to leave that alone. Now I'm going to try to figure out what to do with the background here because this is a 5x7 photo, but I need to, to fill a 6x8 space. So I need a background, and then I need to figure out what to do with the rest of the photo. When I was going through my stash, I found this paper. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up well. There we go. It's got a nice kind of glittery metallic sheen to it, and it's kind of a coppery brown. It's fairly close to this, I think. So I kind of want to use it. However, this directly on top of it does not go. It doesn't look good. It's too dark. So I'm wondering if I mat it in just a thin white to bring out this, if then that will help. So I'm going to try that. If I hate it, I can do something else, but I'll at least try it and see what happens. So here's what this looks like. I haven't glued anything down yet because I'm not 100% sure I want to go with it, but I did cut, the white mat so it would sit like that on top of this paper. And I like the look of it, but it still feels dark. Like I would need to add something to lighten it up a little bit, and I'm not sure what that is. So I'm just going to leave it for now, I think. And I do think I am going to use this for journaling, so probably don't have to do anything with that. Now, on this photo, the tree and the angels and all that take up so much room that all of this area, I can't really do anything with it, which is fine. But I do feel like maybe I need something up here for that dead space and just to embellish the page a little bit, because right now I have no embellishments on here. Nothing, which is highly unusual. So I feel like creatively I just need something. So I'm going to try to figure out, do I have a phrase? Do I have rhinestones or just anything that would work up there to help tie this all together? I went through all of my New York specific phrases that I have. I have a little baggie similar to my generic travel phrases that are all about New York. Because I've been several times and I plan to go back, so I figure, okay, those are good to have. Nothing works for this. And so then I went through this bag with my general travel ones. Some of the phrases were okay, but the colors weren't right, so I was getting very, very frustrated. So I just decided to leave that for now. And then focus on what am I going to do over here. And I think that I have something. I have a bunch of these wood veneer phrases, different words, and in there I found one that just says hello. And I thought, well, that's kind of what happened. We just walked around this corner. I was with my friend Natalia, who lives in New York, and we walked around this corner, and she basically just said, okay, as soon as we get up here, you'll see it. Bam, it'll be right there. And that is true. As soon as we got up there, it's right there. You can't miss it. And I remember just kind of thinking like, hello, don't be shy, you big, enormous, gorgeous tree. So I think maybe I can do that. And it pulls in this sort of yellowish color over here along with these gold elements. And it's not the same brown, obviously. It's much more of a tan color, but I think it helps bring that in. And then I also noticed I have a visual triangle going with the words, which I love. So I think this is the winner. So I'm just going to put this up here over that building. It's going to bring in a lighter element. It'll help with the white to take out some of all, that darkness that's in there. And it works, from a font perspective and a design perspective. So I'm going with that. I'm going to glue it on and then I'll be back. I have glued this on and it's drying still a little bit. So you can kind of see the white glue around the edges. This is the glue that I use. It does show a little bit as it's drying, but once it's all the way dry, it's clear. So that's fine. You won't see that little blurb kind of to the side there. So we'll leave that alone while it's drying. When I was looking back at this side of the page, I noticed these are not centered. I don't know why they did the sticker that way. And I thought, well, could I put something here? I don't really want to because I've already got something up here and this is so busy on this side. But there's a big straight kind of empty space here. What could I do to just offset that a little bit? And I found these in my stash. Just got these recently on a sale that they had. And I like this one that says currently it's green, which will bring in that color and the fact that it says currently. Now, a lot of these things look like they're meant for summer, probably. But this is more generic. It'll work with anything. And this is what New York looked like when I was there. It was early December. This is what they do. So I'm going to take off this one, I think, and put it right down here. So on the same set of stickers, I did take off the currently. They have these stars. And I thought, well, that'll work. There's a star on the tree. It's a theme. So I not only put on this sticker, but I used one little black puffy star as well, and it helps bring in this black outline, I think, and the black that's in the background of the photo over there. So I do think it works. And then this one, this should be dry now, I think. Looks like most of the glue is clear, a little bit still here up here, but it's mostly dry. So I think this layout is done. I don't think I need to do any more to it than what's already here. So I'll do my journaling off camera and I'll call it good. Thanks for watching, everybody.